Did you know back in 2003, you could buy He-Man action figures at McDonald's? Let's take a look at the forgotten McDonald's Happy Meal He-Man Masters of the Universe action figures. Guys, it's time to talk action figures once again on this channel. Thank you for joining us, and today we're going to talk about He-Man. Not the good He-Man from the 80s that we all remember. Not even talking about the bad He-Man movie from the 80s, or even that reboot cartoon in the 90s. We're talking 2002 remake of He-Man. That's right, Mattel was ready to bring back He-Man, and in 2002 a new cartoon was launched. Kids were gonna get excited again. They got kids back into He-Man. Not only was there a new cartoon out, there was a new line of action figures. Mattel brought back He-Man, and these was kind of weird looking. Let's be honest, it was, I don't know what was, I just couldn't put my head on it. They was like really thin really thin figures, but they had a lot of muscles. It was just really weird. Well, Mattel was really excited to promote the new cartoon and the new toy line, so they reached out to McDonald's for help. That's right, McDonald's in 2003 was getting ready to help them promote He-Man with a He-Man Happy Meal that came with a free action figure. I know you're saying, Junkman, what if you were a girl and you went to McDonald's? Or maybe you were just a guy. Maybe you're just a young little boy into girl toys. You're like, I don't want He-Man, I want a girl toy. Well, don't worry, they had these little brats or whatever they were called that you could get also. Also, if you were a toddler, you could trade it in and get something. You know, toddler, they like cramp shit in their mouth. I don't know. But
Mama takes the badge for me. I can't use it anymore. It's getting dark, too dark to see. I feel like I'm knocking on heaven's door, knocking on heaven's door, knocking on heaven's door, knocking on heaven's door.
Color Me Bad's gonna want all the ad money from this, from singing their song. So let's move on here again. 2003, they released these He-Man action figures, and these little bags. They were in little blue bags. I had to open them, take them out of the bag and everything, and there were 8 of them all together. As you can see right here, we're gonna look at each one and the counterpart for the Mattel line, because these are kind of the Mattel action figures that were out at the time, but sized down. Now, Hasbro didn't make these. McDonald's went to an outside company. Nobody knows who the company is. Probably it's just some company they got in Hong Kong or something to make it for them. But there are just scaled down versions. Now, the He-Man ones by Mattel released at the store, they were about 8 inches. And these here at the Happy Meal, 4.5 inches. So you can see it's a lot different, but you'll see these pictures, they're a little sized down. So let's look at them right here. First we got, yep, everybody's favorite man at Arms. Man at Arms, look at that. What happened to his other hand? I'm not really sure, but that's the Happy Meal one right there from 2003. Let's look at the counterpart from Mattel. As you can see, it's just, man, Arms slung in some dome. Man, okay, let's move on right here. There's Man at Arms, and they also made Beastman. Beastman is really packing. And I know why Skeletor like to hang out with him so much. Man. But that's the Happy Meal one right there, and you can see right here, here's the one from Mattel line right there, a little bit more humped all over and everything. Looks more like a beast, man. And let's go over here. How about Ram Man? Ram Man gets a lot of hate. Why do people hate Ram Man? I love Ram Man as a kid. But here he is right here. Looks like he's wearing a dress. But there he is, Ram Man. Let's look at the one that's based let's look at the one released by Mattel. Looks a little better. He's got his battle axe. No, he didn't come with his wife. He comes with a battle axe right there. He looks a little better. I don't know if his legs squeezed down and popped out. I hope so, because this Ram Man, you gotta do that with Ram Man.
I put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That cold black cloud is coming down. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door.
Out of here.
Knock, knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door.
You ought to tell. Yesterday the other day we had a damn talking tooth decay, and today we got a Ronald McDonald demon. Let's move on here. Orko. I never liked the Orko of this series. It's really creepy. And this one looks better because the next one, the one from the Mattel line, it looks really creepy. I don't know why it's so creepy looking, but check this out. Oh, God. This is a kid cartoon. This would have scared the freak out of me if I was like 8 years old. Orak's supposed to be fun, loving Orak. I hope Orak's in that new movie. I was so let down when I went to see that He-Man movie in the 80s. I didn't see no Orak. I know Courtney Cox is supposed to be like the early version of Orak and hadn't transformed into Orak yet, and they made a sequel, Courtney Cox would became Orak, but no, I wanted Orak. Let's move on right here. Yep, Panther right there. He's a panther, and he's got some screw holes in him, but you can see right there, he's ready for action. Now, I couldn't find out if this thing was rare, but I couldn't find many pictures of this, and it actually has some battle armor on him. Couldn't even find a good picture. All the pictures I found with the body armor were about this small, so not really good right there. But he wasn't the only cat to get released in this line. Oh, no. Oh, sorry. We got to look at the Mattel one first. Sorry about that. Mattel one, I don't understand. It's kind of fuzzy. He's got some claws. I don't understand that big hair gear. It's stupid. Let's be honest. It's stupid. Now let's look at Battle Cat. Meow Battle Cat. This looks pretty cool. This is a cool little Battle Cat. And you know, I think I have this Battle Cat. I didn't realize till I saw this picture. I had a box of toys. I don't know. I guess I picked them up somewhere. It was like it was just a bunch of random toys. Probably got them cheap at a yard sale or something. And I remember this Battle Cat. I never knew exactly what it was. Now I do. If I thought about it now, I would have went to find it and dug it out for this video. But that's okay. I don't even remember these toys. 2003, you think I would have been excited about some He-Man toys at a Happy Meal. What my buddy Russ does. I'm sure he was calling at McDonald's in town. Hey, where's my He-Man? But let's look at it out of the Mattel.
That's somebody knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door.
That's the thing of nightmares. Let's look at it right here. Oh, that's kind of cool too. That's from the Mattel line. That's not from the Happy Meal. That's Happy Meal. That's Mattel line. He's saying, Junkman, what about the two main guys? What about the two main guys? Stratos and Merman. They didn't make them. But they did make He-Man and Skeletor. No Trapjaw. What gives? Why no Trapjaw? He's the Boba Fett of the line. But let's look at He-Man. Never liked this He-Man. Look how skinny looking he is. Ugh. Ugly. Let's look at the face up close. Oh, God, that's disgusting. And that's the Happy Meal one. Here he is. It looks a little better, I guess. Looks a little bit better. He's wearing his fuzzy underwear still. I hope he has fuzzy underwear in the new movie. Please have fuzzy underwear. Let's look at Skeletor from the Happy Meal collection. Right there, not wearing any shoes. Yeah, I almost called him He-Man. There's Skeletor. Skeletor is, let's look at him in the Mattel line, because I think it looks actually cool. Look at this. That's kind of badass. That face is, let's zoom in on that face. Whew, man, that thing is cool looking right there. I tell you, that is cool.
Mama put my guns in the ground. I can't shoot them anymore. That cold black cloud is coming down. Feels like I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door.
Do we really need a demonic Ronald McDonald?
Well, I guess they can't get mad at us. After all, McDonald's don't use Ronald McDonald anymore.
McDonald's don't have Ronald McDonald anymore?
Nope.
They took him away for the commercials?
Yep, took him away for the commercials because he was too creepy.
As the guy says from Back to the Future, when did this happen?
When the hell did this happen?
Snuck up on me there on that one right there. But that's from the 2003.
Junkman.
Yes.
We have to do it one more time.
Get it with.
I'm sitting right here eating a Big Mac while I'm knocking on heaven's door. Knocking on heaven's door.
That's the look at the Happy Meal toys from 2003. He-Man, Masters of the Universe. Did you know about these? I'm surprised. Maybe I just forgot about it. After all, it's been like 20 years. 20 years, more than 20 years. So maybe I just forgot about it. But you think I would have been, excited about these. But then again, it was the new cartoon, wasn't based on what I grew up with. So maybe I was like, oh, that's not my He-Man.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.